Hello and good morning. How's everybody doing today? You're listening to the Botello Adventures podcast. It's a Monday, September 17th, and I see a beautiful sunrise through my window. I hope your review is just as beautiful. So, this morning I wanted to sit down and just kind of relax and enjoy a cup of tea and just kind of get myself pumped up for the day. Mostly pumped up for cleaning my house. Most people have routines and things like that, so this morning, as you're getting ready to start your day, what are some things that you like to do to help you relax? Do you like to listen to music, ASMR, podcasts like this one, or nature sounds? Are you just rummaging around for things, trying to find those keys, or just kind of making breakfast, watching TV, trying to think about your day or not think about what's going to happen today? So let me know down in the comments below and what kind of day are you going to have today? Are you on your way to work? Are you skipping work? So a lot of people like to skip work. So around here in my neighborhood, pretty early in the morning, um, there's a bus that comes by and picks up the kids and things like that. And I've always wondered, like, if I decorate my front porch real nice or something like that with positive messages. Like, what kind of positive things we can get in the kids' minds today. And speaking of school, I know there's a lot of school shootings that are happening, a lot of fear of going to school for some of these kids. And we're getting to the point where we have to hire law enforcement to come and protect our kids from some other kid that's going to school that has problems that might need counseling, things like that. Are there any other ways that we can probably try to help these kids? Is there something that we can do? Because we need to help these children. They are going through something that we don't see. They like to hide it when they go to school. They don't confide in teachers or counselors, not even friends. And sometimes they just snap one day. They just can't take it anymore. I'm not defending the kids that do these bad things, but mental illness is something that is occurring with kids today, making them do these things, making them think that this is the last thing that they need to do, some sort of fulfillment, satisfaction kind of thing. The thing is that it's not the only way. That there's things you can do to get help, people you can reach out to, or you could reach out to them if they don't want to reach out to you. If you see someone that's just very troubled, just reach out to them, say hello, or invite them somewhere. Be kind, because kindness is not something that I see a lot of in today's world. When we approach another person or they come up to us or we pass somebody on the street, what we do and our instincts now is to hide within ourselves and just kind of stranger danger for sure is very important. But at the same time, we're also closing ourselves off to potential friendships, people that could help us if we need help. We don't rely on other people anymore. It's just all about us. What can I do today to make more money? Or what can I do today to better myself? It's never, what can I do to help my community, to reach out to someone? And it's kind of sad that we don't help other people around us. There is a risk of doing something like this when you're passing by a homeless person. I remember in a news article saying that these two young kids were giving a homeless man some money. He ended up pulling out a machete and chasing them down the street and traumatizing these poor kids. They wanted to go help and reach out to somebody, and it had severe consequences. I just don't know what to say to that. I mean, for someone to just snap and not want to receive help, or maybe he had a mental illness, but to chase children down the street with a machete in your hand, that's just beyond me. I don't understand how someone could do that to kids, you know? As an adult, you want to make sure that you are going to be someone they look up to and someone they look to for guidance, because kids, they're impressionable, they're gullible, that sort of thing, but they're also looking for someone to tell them how the world works. And if we just go around teaching them all this fear and hate and things like that, they're just gonna hide within themselves and not try to go out about the world and try to see what they could do. There are some very ambitious and very bright minded kids out there that like to pursue um, careers in those fields where they volunteer, they even um, create their own organizations and things like that to help the needy. There are a lot of places here in town and all over the country where you can donate money or you can donate time, things like that. But hopefully this has been a very positive message and not something that we need to kind of take a double take on and make sure that we don't go out there and spread the hate, because there's just so many people out there that just think about themselves and not about others. It's it's time that we consider being kind to others instead of turning the other cheek, instead of being someone that throws away food in the garbage instead of giving it to the homeless, because they're humans too. A lot of programs offer food and shelter, and you can direct them in that direction and that facility to the facilities. But I've also heard from a lot of homeless people that the food there is garbage. So I'm wondering if there's a way that we could possibly reach out to the companies and see if we could change the recipes or something, or make it more edible. It would just depend how we would go about things, you know, instead of arguing, talk it out, that sort of thing. But it all just depends on the people that go to these facilities and try to change the outlook for the homeless people. I remember there was a homeless lady walking on the street, and she had told me that her family was selling her medications to make money. So she wasn't receiving the proper medical attention, and she was roaming the streets and she was homeless, and she would get into these episodes where she would just not be all there, and she would talk crazy nonsense and things like that. But when she was on her medication somehow, she was able to actually have conversations with people. And she'd always tell me that her family had kicked her out of the house and sold her medications to buy drugs. And that's just wrong, of course. And but I haven't seen her since, so I don't know what happened to her. I know this kind of took a weird, sad turn, but I just wanted to come in this morning and try to put some positivity into your day. Go out there and communicate, volunteer, or even pay for somebody's lunch that's in line behind you, or, do something like that. And reach out, because there's only so many minutes and hours in the day that you get to yourself, but we also have to make time for other people, because we're not the only people on earth, and the world does not revolve around us. There's so many people out there that can give us insight into other things, information. Without us communicating with each other, we wouldn't know the things that are around us. Someone that lives here would not be able to know what it's like to live in another country without communication. We close ourselves off to the people that are foreign, people that we don't know, and it's just disheartening, because we could learn from other cultures. We don't have to just be us. We could pick up another language, we could study another culture, we can be so much more. And it's just really sad how we close ourselves off. Well, that's all I have for you this morning. I hope you have a great Monday, and come back sometime this week for another podcast. Thank you.